Welcome y'all to another Skip Barber race. This week we're at Summit Point, a free track, so these races are always fun and exciting, he says without the merest hint of sarcasm. The main goal will just be surviving turn 1. After that, we will hopefully be okay. It'll really depend on how quickly we can pull a gap. And just to talk about the thumbnail from the last race, I just found that hilarious. Just the whole completely pointless circle and arrow. Here we go.
Green, green, green. Car on your left. Stay on the right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
He slowed down a bit weirder than I would have thought. It's usually one of the bigger trouble corners. That and turn 1 are where most of the incidents happen. I'd say I'm not too unhappy about this gap. And hope we can extend it a little bit. Gotta make sure to brake a little early here since we have a nice draft going, so we should have some extra speed. The free track. Why not?
Thanks, Raphael. Appreciate it.
I messed up my approach there. Should probably be able to pull a nice gap. It really depends on if we can stay ahead of the guys behind us, because keeping them out of the draft train is key. As long as we can stay in the draft train. And hopefully they keep battling. That does nothing but help us. I don't want to battle the guy in front of us too much yet. I think he and I are both having trouble just keeping up with the group in front of us. So it's better off that we kind of just stay with them for now. Plenty of time for battling later. And we're very fortunate that the leaders keep going side by side. It makes it easier for us to keep up. But like I was saying earlier about the thumbnail, some of the clickbait thumbnails with the circle and arrow, when there's only one thing that's in the picture that was in the title, and people still feel the need to add it. I find it hilarious and stupid. So I did it because I was making fun of that more than anything else, since I'm pretty sure you could see the accident without me doing that in the thumbnail just fine.
One minute 20.937.
Uh-oh. Somebody let the smoke out. I think is that Greg? Rip Greg.
Bad luck, Greg.
Very easy to do it on that turn if you downshift just too early. Still not sure about downshifting to third there.
Ooh-wee, that's some smoke.
Unfortunately, I think the guy in first is going to be gone.
I need my inhaler.
As well as I may get left behind here too. A little bit further behind than I'd really like to be right now.
919. You're in fourth position.
Can you put in a good lap or two? I can really get back in the draft fully. Yeah, I think third, when done correctly, is just too slow. Or it slows you down too much. No, come back, don't leave me. Want your extra horsepower. Pretty close together, so maybe better to pick the other guy, but yay!
That was a dumb move. That's another dumb move.
Okay, glad we didn't die there.
Right side. Clear.
Not sure if he'll be able to catch us by turn one or not. Probably will.
1 minute 22.224. You're now in third.
Considering what I've seen, I really don't think I want to tussle with the guy behind us too hard. Need to stop trying to get greedy. Finally did that better.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
1 minute 20.245. You got 10
Not yet.
laps to go. Left side, clear.
Yeah, overturned there by quite a lot. Not the happiest with that section. Don't try it here. You want it here, go for it.
1 minute 21.303. Right side, keep to the left. Clear on the right.
Still plenty of race left.
That was a little questionable, Adrian.
So patience going to be the key here. Just not slow. Patience is not slow. So I am not demonstrating here. Learning how to correct mistakes earlier helps a lot. Because that's, I think, one of the biggest changes, at least this season for me, is I'm correcting a mid-turn or earlier instead of waiting. Need to be careful with that. Instead of waiting to see if I'm going to track out okay or not.
Hey, John, I'm still here, buddy. No need to run me off the track.
Darn it. That was unfortunate. Well, if they do me a favor and keep battling like they have, we'd probably be able to catch them still. The bigger question is, we'll be able to stay ahead of the group behind us.
All I have to say is slow spotter.
We apparently are not doing well so far.
No worries.
Gotta just get our head back in the game. 7 more laps.
Yeah, I saw you last second.
We should be able to do no problem. That's also another place that you can get iffy on lap 1. Because some people don't know they shouldn't try to go too wide there. Even with warm tires, and always seem to try to do it on lap 1. Yeah, that was better. I think we've gained a little bit on the people in front of us, but not a whole lot yet. Definitely pulled a bit of a gap to those behind us, probably because they were fighting. That was nice. Except with this weather, I would expect to be on the lower side of 20s, at least mid-20s. Since I'm doing low 21s in default weather during practice, which is, I think, 10 degrees warmer than this for late afternoon, I need to go check. Uh-oh. Not a fan of getting to play Spy Hunter. Especially not through this section. Good thing we have tear-offs. For a second there, I saw somebody 2.5 seconds behind me, like, ah, what'd I do? And then I looked and it's like, oh, it's the guy we just passed. Can you look at names more sometimes?
You've got 5 laps to go.
But oftentimes the names aren't as important as how far away they are. So I just generally look at the times, which is why I do things like that, which you may have noticed. That was better. I think it's mainly some of my slowness, especially through this section, is I just haven't spent enough time on it this week. And that section has always been fairly difficult for me. I seem to be doing it well enough right now. But you know how I am. Well enough is never good enough. Oh, it looks like they had a breakaway. Y'all can see it and I can't what kind of lap times he's running. He qualified slower than I did, so who knows. I think I'm braking too early again there. Like all these things, when I go watch the race back while I'm editing, and as the final proof, I'll figure it out. I think my timing's off there now. Normally I don't have that much of a problem of hitting the inner curve well before the actual apex, like I've been doing the last couple of laps. It also may mean I'm just turning in too quickly. That is where I'm aiming to brake. And almost every curb on this track is not good, especially if you get too much of it. I think in some cases you can catch a little bit of it,
You've got 2 laps to go.
and it's alright, unless it's like these actually totally flat ones. But most of the other ones are raised, and not your friend.
1 minute 21.194.
So yeah, the thing I've tried to talk about several times, the circle and arrow thing is just a big clickbait thing. And like I was saying, I've seen a lot of things pointing to just random things on the thumbnail. Just because they're hitting those check boxes. Got a circle, got an arrow, got a person's face on there. Check, check, check. Oh, that was the problem. Gotten to the point where even if the title is interesting, if it's something super clickbaitish, like, or the thumbnail is just really clickbait, I won't click and watch it at all. Now, some of you may say that's just me being a bitter jerk, which it may very well be. I just do not want to encourage it. So I'm voting with my views. Especially the goofy face thing. Oh. Like with VR, where... Y'all know the exact face I'm talking about. Where you have the VR goggles on and mouth is slightly agape. Very rarely in the whoa, but just kind of half slack, like they're saying something very interesting. So they have the slack jaw, mouth agape pose. You can see how much I love it by how much it's improving my driving just thinking about it. Probably should back off a little bit. Since it's basically mine to throw away at this point. That curb is weird. I try to get a little bit of it, but it's raised in the middle, I think, and I know it's kind of spat me out off to the side and really messed up my line. Alright. It's a great start to the week, especially here.
There's
Yeah,
the
that's what makes me
flag,
go.
it's over.
Yeah, good work, Steve.
Great job, did really well.
So one quick correction. I messed up on who was in front of me and behind me there when the two people in front of me went side by side a few times. That almost ended badly for them. Yeah, I had those backwards. The guy in front of me was the guy that I was worried about, not the guy behind me. It still was not in our best interest to race too hard at that point. Either way, it worked out. And while we didn't get any safety rating today, I'm surprised that we didn't lose any. Oh well, pretty good start to the week. Still need to work on my pace quite a bit. With that, if you like, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, or advice, drop it in the box below. Good luck in your races, and y'all take it easy.